Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video of Five Nights at Freddy's. So the Five Nights at Freddy's movie have come out, and I went to go watch it last night, and I was blown away. Yes, I could have just stayed home and watched it in Peacock, but I wanted to have that in-theater experience, and I'm glad I did, because with the big screen and people reaction around me, it was so great. Like, y'all don't understand, this movie has been rumored to be on the works since 2015. That was 8 years ago. Think about that. 8 years ago. Like, we were all whipping and nailing back in 2015. Now that I somewhat told you why this movie was so hyped, let's get on to the review. And I can't talk about this movie while giving out spoilers. So, final warning, go watch the movie yourself. I suggest highly, because even if you've seen all the theories about the games, the story is very different. Let's go on to the review. Now let's talk about one of the major changes they did to this movie from the movie to the game. It is Mike Schmidt, our main character, now being Michael Afton. In the games, it's theorized that Mike Schmidt from the FNAF 1 is actually Michael Afton, the son of William Afton, but in this movie that is not the case. Instead, it's Vanessa that is the daughter of William Afton in this movie. And in the game, we actually have no idea if she has any connection with the Afton family. Another major change of this movie is Abby being Mike Schmidt's sister. And she was supposed to be baby in this movie because how Chico was going to stuff her in baby suit, but Mike saved her. And in the game, Baby is William's daughter. So I get Mike and Baby are now in a different family and are not related at all to William Afton. Also, I want to put my own theory about this. Henry, which is in the game, the other half owner of the Freddy Fazbear's franchise. The other half is, of course, William Afton, but the other half is Henry. I theorize that maybe in the next movie, we're going to be revealed that Henry is going to be Henry Schmidt, Michael's and Abby's father. Because in this movie, it's revealed that William kidnapped Mike's younger brother, Garrett, long ago before the movie event started. But what reason will William have to do this? Maybe their father is Henry, and just like how in the games, William gets mad at Henry and kills one of his children as revenge. Of course, some holes in this theory, but in the end of the day, that's the best I could come up with. I'll leave all the theories into MadPat. Also, to all of our surprises from the FNAF community, MadPat was in this movie.
You do realize that lunch is the most important meal of the day.
Holy shit! I lost it when he showed up, especially when he said his iconic quote.
But, you know, it's just a theory.
Like, it was so great having MadPat in the movie, and sadly Markiplier was not in the movie. He was in MadPat's video. He said that supposedly Markiplier was supposed to be the guy that was killed in the beginning of the movie, but I guess schedule conflicts, because I heard he was making the movie, so maybe that's why. We also had another YouTuber cameo, and his name was Corey Williams, which I don't know who he is, but congrats Corey, you have the dream of all of us right now. Well, maybe not all of us, because some people have been complaining about the movie, specifically the rating, the PG-13 rating, which I know some people want more gore, but this movie is pretty like dark for a PG-13 movie, especially when Abby's babysitter Max gets chomped by Freddy in half. Like, I'm pretty sure I can't show on YouTube, but that was so badass. It took me out of guard because I'm like, there's not gonna be any serious gore or anything dark, but that caught me by surprise. So yes, even though more gore would have been way better than just a little bit of gore that we got, FNAF is more about the story. Yes, it's a scary game, but in the games we don't see anything gory. We don't see no blood or anything. So why do you expect? Yes, you want to expect to see all how bloody it is. Like, the most blood we ever seen in the game was in FNAF 3 when Purple Guy got stuck in the back room into Springtrap and bled to death. That's the most goriest scene we saw in any game. Like, the whole reason FNAF is popular is because all the mysteries there is to it, all there is to theorize about it, the story. That's what made FNAF famous. That what made FNAF, not the gore. Like, I understand the people that have never played FNAF. I get why some of them don't like this, but people that have played FNAF and love FNAF for the past 8 years are hating on this movie because it's not gory enough. It's not what we got. This movie is different. Yes, it doesn't have the same story, but just because it doesn't have the same story doesn't mean it's not good. It's good on its own. And I've heard people say, oh, this movie's not as good as the games right now. Well, of course, it's something in the beginning. It's like FNAF in the beginning. It was good, but not as good as right now. The more movies they make, I'm pretty sure they're gonna make more movies because this movie is pretty successful right now. the more lore we're gonna have and the more good it's gonna be. Man, FNAF fans are so stressful to deal with. So please leave a like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications to make me feel better, please. It will mean a lot. I keep saying that people hate this and why I like it so much, but to be honest, I don't know how I cannot describe it, why I like this movie. I just like this movie so much. Like, it doesn't have the best story, like, oh my god, it's the most amazing story ever made. It has a good story, a pretty good story, pretty good actors. So it's a pretty overall good movie. That's why I like it. I don't know. That's the best I can describe why I like this movie so much. And also the fan service, especially in the end when they play the FNAF 1 song. That had me so hyped. I was in there like... Okay, I didn't got up and started dancing, but I wanted to. Like, come on. I've been waiting for this movie for 8 years. You think I'm not gonna geek out on anything? Like, I went to go watch it with my cousin and my brother. And I was just telling my cousin like everything about it, like all I knew, and like I just love this movie so much, and I love FNAF just in general. Like, I had a channel before this one, like long time ago when I was like 10, 11, I forgot when, and I remember playing through the first 3 games. It was so cool. Those videos aren't up anymore, but I was goated at those games. Also, since we're talking about the games, I wonder if they're gonna do a prequel as a second movie, like how FNAF 2 was a prequel to FNAF 1. Maybe it will show us more history of the pizzeria of this universe. Maybe it will show us and confirm that Henry is Mike's dad. But when they do the FNAF 2 movie, I want the toy animatronics to be as good looking as the ones in this movie. Because the OG animatronics, they look awesome. I'm glad they didn't took the easy way out and use CGI, and they actually made the animatronics and they're all practical, and I love that. And if they take the FNAF 2 route, that the toy animatronics look as good as the ones in the first movie. It may look like it's not doing good, but that's just the critics taking on the Rotten Tomatoes score. Like, come on, look at the difference between the critics and the general audience. Like, this is a similar situation with the Mario movie. Like, the Mario movie, all the general audience liked it, but the critics hated it, even though it was a successful movie. I think it grossed like $1 billion in the box office. Like, I'm not saying the FNAF movie is gonna make $1 billion in the box office, mostly because you can stream it on Peacock, and that's why I got some of the footage. But I still think it's gonna make a lot of money in the box office, and plus, a lot of people are gonna watch it in Peacock, so it's gonna make a decent profit, and it's gonna be a sequel made, guaranteed. If not, I'll go to Universal's and burn it down. For legal reasons, that was a joke. We're gonna talk about one last thing before I end this video off, because I got long enough and I already said what I wanted to say about this movie. But the references, I love them. Like, a big part of the plot is Mike lucid dreaming to find out who kidnapped his brother, which is a great reference to Final Fantasy 4, where all we thought that the first 4 games of the series were just a dream, the dream theory. Also, the Freddy head that shredded the face of the security guard of the beginning of the movie. That is most likely a remnant extractor, which, if you don't know what it is, I suggest for you to go see MatPat, like always. For a short summary, it's basically something that extracts the agony of people. Another is the ball pit that Abby jumped into while being chased by Foxy. That's a reference to the ball pit story of one of the FNAF books, which I highly recommend for y'all to read because there are amazing stories. That's all the references I can think of, and I've done 2 videos for the past week, and I am proud of myself that, because I don't know, I just haven't been uploading videos, and I'll get to that Spider-Man 2 playthrough. I'll get to it quickly as I can, but I wanted to make this review / rant / theory real quick so I can get it out. But like Springtrap says,
I always come back.
boo.